Hi everyone, it's great to have you all here today. We are really excited to be joined by so many amazing brands and to share something we have been working on, AI-Powered Personalization Engine with Storyly. I'm Nurçin, Head of Customer Success at Storyly, and I'm here today with Yağız. And honestly, this is a topic we are really excited about because personalization is becoming more and more critical, and what we will show today really takes it to the next level. Please do not hesitate using the chat section for your questions. We will be responding them in the chat. And yes, hello. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a bit about the topic today?
Hello everyone, I'm Yağız. I'm leading our product here in Storyly. I'm happy to answer all your questions, and um, we're here to talk about Storyly's solution for content personalization today. And I want to start with something I'm sure most of you recognize. Mobile stores, whether it's an app or websites, have a problem. Brands have access to incredible data about their users. They know what people browse, what they buy, what they come back for. But when it comes to actually showing products, the formats haven't kept up. We're still relying on static rows, flat listings, those carousels that users have been trained to ignore. And that's the real consequence here. It's not just the format is boring, it's that all that high quality recommendation logic underneath is completely wasted. You can have the most sophisticated data model in the world, but if it is not delivering results through a passive, uninspiring component, users simply scroll past it. The experience doesn't match the intelligence behind it. That's the gap we have been focused on closing in the last couple of months, and that's what today is all about. Now, let's start with what we have done so far. What are the widgets and flows, Nurçin?
Yes, thank you for the intro. So, yep, to start with, what we have always focus on at Story is giving brands UI components that users already know, love, and actually engage with. Let me walk you through some of the key formats we already have. Those are inspired by social media, where today's shoppers spend most of their time and prefer to consume content. First, story groups are classics. They are great for full screen experiences, so you really get that high impact, immersive feel without distractions. But more importantly, they are not just for viewing, users can actually interact. You can add polls, quizzes, emojis, or even open ended questions. So instead of just watching, users are participating, and naturally, this helps guide them from discovery all the way to conversion. Then we have the video feed. This one is all about creating a more authentic connection. It's perfect for creator led UGC style content, the kind that feels more real and relatable. It also brings that endless scroll, the experience we are all used to. Short, snackable videos that keeps users engaged and discovering more. And of course, with like and share feature, it adds that layer of social proof and community feeling. Next is canvas. Think of this as a way to show more without overwhelming the user. You can display multiple products or categories in single view, combining images and autoplay videos, and everything is clickable. So users can instantly navigate whether you want them to go, whether that's a product page, a story, or a promotion. We also have swipe cards, which bring a more playful, gamified experience. Users can simply swipe to explore. It's intuitive, fast, and actually fun. That simple keep or skip interaction makes decision making feel effortless. And finally, we have banners. These are perfect for those moments when you need to grab attention quickly, like a flash sale or an important announcement. They stay visible but don't interrupt the experience, so your call to action is always there, top of mind. Now, on the top of all these formats, we also have flows, which basically allow you to connect these experiences together. For example, the Factor is using banners to video feed flow right now. The banner showcases the intro of video feeds. And once the users click, they are in the video feeds. So you're not limited to just one format. You can create a more cohesive journey across them. Before we move into personalization engine and give the floor to Yils, it's worth mentioning we already have personalization capabilities in place, mainly through segmentation and targeting. You could define labels and audiences to show them relevant content, or you can use user properties to personalize text and images in the stories. But what is our big reveal today, Yos? Can you tell us how AI-powered personalization engine and what is new?
Gotcha. So sure, what's new? What we're introducing today is Story's AI-powered personalization engine. And the core idea is we are now connecting the recommendation intelligence directly to the formats user actually engage with. Here's how it works in simple terms. Storyly collects user interaction events through our analytics SDK, things like product views, clicks, add to cart actions, and purchases. We feed all of that into our personalization engine, which is purpose built for product recommendations. It processes your users' behavioral patterns and generates ranked product selections. Those selections are then refreshed daily and made available inside your Story widgets and flows automatically without any manual curation. And one thing I want to be very clear about here, we do not collect, store, or process any user identifiable information. We don't know who your users are, and actually, we don't want to. What we work with is purely behavioral signals, anonymous interaction events like views and clicks. No names, no emails, no user profiles on our side. The personalization happens at the pattern level, not the identity level. So, from a data privacy standpoint, you are fully in control of your users' data. And in terms of the models, we are starting with recommended for you. This is a one-to-one personalization model. Every user gets a unique product selection ranked specifically based on their own behavior. So it's not a segment, not a group, individual per user recommendations with zero user data leaving your environment. And beyond recommended for you, we also have bestsellers, most viewed, frequently bought together, and customer who viewed X also viewed this. And enabling these are very straightforward on our end. You can expect to see this to follow. Widgets support covers canvas, swipe cards, story bar, and vertical video feeds. Um, but there's the differentiator I really want to land. We're not just swapping products into a flat row. We're injecting those recommendations from your product feeds into the formats Nurchin just walked you through. Formats that are immersive and interactive. So the intelligence finally gets paired with an experience that matches it. That's what makes it different. And to show you what actually looks like in real scenarios, we've put together a few use cases. Let's go through them.
Oh, yeah, let me jump in for the first one, first use case. You mentioned a bit recommended for you, but let's see it in more detail. This one is all about turning passive scrollers into active buyers using recommended for you canvas. The idea is pretty simple. Instead of showing the same product list to everyone, you are creating a fully personalized space for each user. And what makes this really powerful is the format. With Canvas, you're not just listing the products in rows, you are creating a much more dynamic visual experience with multiple tiles. It immediately feels more engaging and less repetitive. But the real impact, it comes from combining that with one-to-one personalization. So all those tiles are automatically filled with products that actually match each user's behavior and interest. From the user's perspective, it feels like this is exactly what I was looking for. And because everything is clickable, they can go directly to the product detail page and make a purchase right away. Another big advantage here is that there is no manual effort needed. Everything is created by your feed, by your product feeds and personalization engine. So it scales very easily. In terms of placement, we usually recommend putting in the mid section of the homepage because that's where users are already browsing and looking for inspiration. So it becomes a kind of personalized shortcut to the most relevant products for them. And this approach isn't limited to Canvas, by the way. You can apply the same logic, I mean, recommended for you logic, across other formats like swipe cards, stories, depending on the experience you want to create. This was the first use case. What is the next?
Sure. Let's talk about building trust with bestsellers or most viewed models. And here's a stat we're thinking about. 70% of shoppers feel overwhelmed or uncertain when shopping online, and 61% of those specifically look for recommendations to help them make a decision. This is where bestsellers and most viewed models are particularly powerful, especially for new users or anyone who hasn't built up much browsing history yet. You cannot personalize for someone you don't know, but you can still give them a great starting point. Most viewed as a swipe card simplifies the discovery process immediately. It shows what the rest of the community is currently engaging with, and that social proof alone is enough to help an uncertain user feel confident enough. So instead of being paralyzed by choice, they're guided by what's trending. And bestsellers as a story group takes that step further. Actually, you're presenting your highest converting products in an immersive Instagram style format that's easy to consume. And for a new user, it acts as a shortcut to the best of your catalog has to offer, and it builds trust fast. Both of these models also work well across canvas and swipe cards, so you have flexibility in how you present them depending on where in the app you're placing them.
Let's move on to our last use case we would like to mention today, of course. This one is focused on increasing average order value. The idea here is to use frequently bought together, and people who have this also viewed canvases directly on the product detail page. So instead of just showing a single product in isolation, you're actually helping users see the bigger picture. What makes this really effective is the format again, rather than using those typical static recommendation rows, you're presenting products in a much more visual shop to look style. So users don't just think I will buy this one item, but they start thinking this whole combination works really well together. And that naturally encourages them to add more items to their cart, whether it's a full outfit or a complementary product that complete the experience. In the end, it's a very simple shirt, but it has a strong impact on increasing basket size and overall order value. This is what we have today. But what are your final comments here, Yils? Would you like to summarize and tell us what is next as well?
Sure. So to wrap up, everything we've shown you today is powered by your product feed and your behavioral data. So once the analytics SDK is implemented and the events are flowing, the personalization engine takes care of the rest. There's no manual merchandising, no constant engineering effort. It scales with your catalog and your users automatically. And in terms of what's next, we're launching today with recommended for you on Canvas and swipe card widgets. Additional models, most viewed bestsellers frequently bought together, and customer who viewed X also viewed this are coming shortly after. And we're expanding our widget support progressively, including story bar and vertical video feed soon. And of course, this is just the beginning. The use cases we showed today with Nurchin are strong starting points, but what you build with this, the experiments you run, the combinations you try, that's where it gets really interesting for us too.
I agree. I mean, also from a customer success perspective, this is a really exciting moment for us. Like you said, here's what we shared today. These use cases are just the starting points, what's possible. But now we are really looking forward to seeing how you take this further. The first experiments, the different ways you applied these ideas, how they evolve in your own products, because that's where it gets really interesting. That's true. Hearing your feedback, seeing what works, what surprises you most, and learning together. So we are excited to see what you build, even more excited to hear your questions. So if you have any, please feel free to contact your customer success manager, or you can use our contact sales page on our website, or you can send me an email, of course, anytime. Thanks a lot for listening us today, and we are looking forward to hearing from you soon.
Thank you, everyone.